Welcome back to This Pick.
Welcome back to show you guys.
And this is going to be our preview of Texas 2019 season. This is how we do our previews. We got ceiling, which is the best record possible. For me, real record, which means what their schedule is going to be with the record. And their floor, which is their absolute worst case scenario. For me, Texas is going to be a decent team. I think their ceiling is going to be 10-2. I think their record is going to be 9-3, and I think their floor is going to be 9-3. I think they're going to lose to LSU. I think they're going to lose to Oklahoma, and they might drop another game. I think they will drop another game, actually. Iowa State has a good team.
Possibly TCU, maybe.
Yeah, possibly TCU. I think Taco Tech's going to be an all right team.
Texas Tech. We call Texas Tech Taco Tech. So.
Yeah.
Don't get confused. Don't be going on there. Who the heck is Taco Tech?
They throw tacos on the field. That's why I call them Taco Tech. Oklahoma State got some numbers, so they can beat them as well. So it might be a really good year, or it might be a really crappy year for Tom Herman. So we'll see, man. I am definitely interested to see how good this Texas team is. They have a lot of hype behind them, saying that they're back. I don't think they are back to the degree of being like what they were.
What do they consider back?
In the 2000s or even before that? No. Do I think they're back to the degree that they don't absolutely laughing stock of our conference? Yeah. I think they're going to be good, not a great team yet. So we'll see. I am really interested to see how their quarterback plays. He's really good. You can argue the best quarterback in the conference. I think Jalen Hurts got him beat there, but that's neck and neck in my opinion. They got good running backs. They got a freshman running guy that's going to be running back. The guy who was going to be a receiver, he's a monster. We got a lot of other players. Kalen Sturge is a beast. Their linebacker crew is really good. Their defensive line's not great, so that's going to be really a question area. But yeah, man, they still got the receiver. They lost Lil Jordan Humphrey, so that's going to be a thing. But they still got Colin Johnson. He's a monster as well. Offensive line's going to be a question. But yeah, it's going to be up to really their defense. See if they can get pressure on the quarterback, really.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have Texas doing that great. But yeah, I agree with Adam. Like, I don't think they're going to be a laughing stock at conference. I think they're going to do all right. My ceiling is my ceiling that I have for them is the actual record. And floor is just worst case scenario, how many they lose. So my ceiling is 8-4, and which is, like I said, the actual record I think they're gonna have, and the floor is 7-5. So I don't have them doing that great this year, but I think they're gonna, like I said, they're gonna be second in the conference of Big 12. I see them losing to LSU. That's the second game. Not only that's the second game of the season, so they're really not. I have a feeling they're really not gonna be ready for them. So I think they're gonna definitely lose to them. I think they could definitely lose to us, of course, but I think it's going to be a close game, of course, because that's just the way it is. But I think we'll get that victory. Yeah, Iowa State is just, even for Oklahoma fans like we are, we know how tough they could be. So I think they're going to lose that game. I think they could lose to, like you said, Taco Tech. I think they could lose to Texas Tech. I think they could lose to... where was it? TCU as well. So, yeah, man, I think they got a tough schedule. I think that's what's really gonna hurt them this year. I think if they didn't, let's just say, for instance, if they took off LSU and changed that for another boo-boo team or whatever, and they took off like Iowa State, which I know they're not gonna do that because it's conference, but still, if they had a couple of these teams off the schedule, I think they would have a lot better of a record. I'll probably honestly have them around 10-2, 8-3, but I just don't see them doing that well in this schedule, man. They're gonna have a tough time. I do think their offense is pretty good. My biggest issue as well is on defense for Texas, especially that front line, especially if they play us, because we like to run the football. So if they struggle at that line, then we're going to chew them alive in the running game. Same with LSU. They love to run the football too. So they're getting these teams that can run the ball, and if their defensive line can't step up, then yeah, they're going to end up having a lot of rushing yards against them. So yeah, I just don't see Texas, competing for a title or anything. But I mean, I think they're going to do all right at best. But yeah, I just don't see Texas doing that well this year.
That's pretty much all I gotta say.
That'll do it for me. Please comment, like, subscribe, and of course, we love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. See you on the next one.